Yes, this is my presentation for a grant that I'd like to submit to the state library so that the library can work with PCC and the Career Center to offer unemployment classes, workshops at the library. The Career Center would come and teach classes here at the library for us, partly because we already are doing this. We have a surprising number of patrons that come into the library asking us for one-on-one assistance, doing resumes, applications, anything with employment. So this is my presentation to the Board of Commissioners asking for permission to submit this grant to the state library. Excuse me. The state library requires that we keep a number of statistics. These are all the statistics that are kept for the entire state. Caswell County, and as you can see, it's quite a bit. There's data, there's summary, there's tables. The data, it has the libraries listed. Here is Caswell County is number 15. So if you go across, it shows you exactly what we have, our funding, how many books are selected, our operating expenses. This is calculated for each library in the state. We have to keep up with how many people use the computers, how many programs we offer, how many people attend the programs, how many times the computers are used, how many times the meeting room are used, how many off-site programs we have, circulation, how many each book, and we have a lot of these things are calculated by computers. The gate count is one of the things that the state library requires, and also the computer use. And what is done is each time a person logs into the computer, there's a software program on each public computer. It does not count staff. Each public computer has software on it that counts each and every time someone logs in. Same thing with circulation. That number cannot be argued because the computer system counts every single book that is checked in and out of this library. So those numbers are hard figures that the state library uses. And again, this is all the statistics that we have to record to the state library every year. And we do that. The state library gives us directions on how to do that. This is the directions. These are the directions that the state library give us. So there are very specific directions on each and every number that we have to turn in, like I said, every year. It tells us exactly how to calculate each number. So these are the monthly statistics specifically for Caswell County. As you can see, just this past fiscal year, we've had 566 patrons registered this year for library cards. So this is the total number, how many books were downloaded from our Overdrive account, how many books were circulated. So this is a very important number. 58,375 books were circulated just from the Gunn Memorial Public Library just last year. This also counts our door count. Granted, that number does count staff that comes in and out, but we calculate that by the specifications that the state library gives us and every other library in the state. So they look at that number plus our circulation count plus how many computer uses. So our computer uses last year was over 12,000. That is again by the information that is provided by the computers. That number cannot be debated. We run reports to have this. So these are all the books that are checked out, children's programs, how many people attend the children's programs. All those stats are kept each year on an ongoing basis. Unemployment in Caswell County. This is a website actually that looks at public libraries and employment. And you can see here, let me get it. You can see here that 77.5% of libraries help people create resumes. Oops, I just knocked it out. Over 90% of libraries report that providing employment services is important. 92% of libraries help people access online job resources. And 76% of libraries help people apply for jobs. We are one of those. We actually spend a lot of our time. You'll be surprised at how much time we spend helping people one-on-one at the computers. So here, this is a website that I have, if you're interested, that shows you exactly about our employment statistics and why public libraries help people with employment. These are some of the graphs that were also shown in that same report. Some of the reasons why libraries have issues helping people with applying with jobs online is there are too few workstations. Let me get back here. Too few workstations. We have workstation time limits, but we also have insignificant staff experience and insignificant staff. And those are the two main reasons why we're applying for this grant. We want to work with PCC, we want to work with the Career Center so that since we're doing this anyway, we are helping people apply for jobs anyway, we want to make sure we're doing it right. So we want to work with them to make sure that our staff has the qualifications and the skills needed to help our people, our community, find jobs and apply for jobs and create resumes. Like I said, we're doing this anyway, but we want to make sure that we have all the skills. You know, there's always room for improvement. We provide job databases and resources. 92.2% of public libraries do that, and we are certainly one of them. If you look at, this is a chart of the state library, and not the state library, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation created. It was sent to us by the state library. But if you see, within a 1 mile radius of our library, and you can do this for any library in the country. Like I said, Bill and Melinda Gates created this interactive map. So within a 1 mile radius of Yanceyville, the unemployment rate is 19.7%. The poverty rate is 62%. I can send this link so that you can see exactly, well, there it is, the inclusion, data inclusion map. But this is from the U.S. Census Bureau. And less than 20%, 76% of our, within a 1 mile radius in Yanceyville, is less than $20,000 a year income. So these numbers are kind of shocking and something that we really need to work on to address as a community. This is information that the state library, from all the statistics that we create by the state library, they create these nice little flyers that they send us, and this is one of them that they sent specifically for Caswell County. And if you notice that Caswell County, the number of residents we have, and the number of residents that attended workforce development programs, that's within North Carolina. Let me do this again. Within North Carolina. Okay. This side is specifically for Caswell County. So in Caswell County, for this year, 12,718 residents used our public internet computers. 27 residents attended one of the 5 programs teaching basic computers and technology skills. This number cannot be debated because it is tracked by the computer software on our public computers. 1,956 computers help sessions for computing with technology. This is actually the number that staff helped patrons specifically on job and computer questions. Every time we add, this is a new statistic that the state library requires we keep. Every time we help someone on the computers with job-related questions, we have to mark that. And we keep a count. We make a tick mark every time we do that. So actually this number could be off a little bit, and the only way it could be off is it might actually be higher than what this is actually showing, because we have to remember to write that number down. Now this is a number that all libraries, most libraries keep, and ours is 0. The reason ours is 0, for numerous reasons, we haven't offered any specific classes or specific workshops for people to do resumes and online job trainings. Part of the reason is because we only have one meeting room. Our meeting rooms used a lot by children's programs or teen programs. We teach the basic computer classes, but with one meeting room, we can only offer one class at a time, so we don't have the space to offer multiple classes simultaneously. So we haven't been able to offer workforce classes and programs. So our number really looks bad right there because it is 0, which is why I am wanting to submit this proposal. We want to get that number up. We want to help our community apply for jobs and learn how to do resumes. So we want to work with the Career Center, and we want to turn more of our focus on to helping people find jobs. This is something that most libraries already do across the state, and this is something that is really important for our library because of our high unemployment rate and because of our economically challenged community. This is PCC's website, and as you can see, the Job Link Center, they already have a lot of great resources, and there's a couple reasons why our community doesn't use them the way they should. One reason is the time that they have. Although they're open more, there's only someone there on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 4:30. So they only have one-on-one assistance 2 days a week. That's why a lot of people come here to the public library, because we offer one-on-one assistance when we're open. So we're open later, we're open on Saturday, and we're here Monday through Saturday. So that's why we have a lot of people coming here to use our public computers and ask us for help applying for jobs online. The other reason is Piedmont Community College, they have a lot of great resources, they have a lot of stuff our community needs, but it's intimidating to go to a community college. It's a college. A lot of the people that come into the library are a bit intimidated to set foot in a college to ask for help. So they come to us. So we want to bridge that gap. We want to teach people what is available at the community college so that they're not intimidated, so that they know, even though they might not have a college education, that they still go to the community college and learn what resources that are available there. Okay, this is just a memo that I sent asking the grant request from the state library is $49,969. The match would be, that is not right. The match would be $4,800. We already have that in our budget this year, so I'm not asking for an increase. I'm only asking that you include what was already included in this year's budget. And this year we focused on health and wellness programs, and we received a grant, the Stay Empowered grant from the state library, where they paid almost $50,000 and we had to come up with a $5,000 match. So this year we're doing the same thing, except instead of health and wellness, we want to focus on unemployment. So the money's already in our budget, we're just asking that you keep it there. And just an FYI, we have worked with grants. We've received numerous grants in the past, and these are the grants that I specifically myself have received for the county. I enjoy bringing in extra money for the county, because these are funds that would not be available to the county if I had not applied for them. So since 2011, 2012, we've received a couple technology grants, Downey Regional Foundation, Community Foundation, Comcast, Walmart, another automation grant, another technology grant. This is for Farmers Lake, the kayaks, that wasn't for the library. Talent Enhancement Grant, also the sign project, I did that for the Historical Association, so that was a $25,000 grant to replace all the signs. That's a grant that I wrote and applied for. It's not for the library, but the Change in America grant was for the Historical Association. And then we have the Lifelong Learning Grant, the Health and Wellness Grant that we received last year. So since I've been here, the four and a half years that I've been here, the money that we brought into the county that would not have been here if I had not applied for the grants is the $310,815 that I've brought in. One of the grants also, which I actually, so this grant right here, $50,000 grant, the $50,000 grant right here, that That grant was from the Commerce, NC Commerce, and we have not reused all of that money. So that grant, we received the $50,000, and we've got about $20,000 that we've left in capital reserve funds. And that's the money that we are looking at for, the reason I took that class at ECU was to look at expanding the library, and that's the money that we still have left over. We have $20,000 of that left over. So anything as far as architects go, I know I'm getting off on a different topic, but anything as far as architects go, that money was extra money that was left over from that grant, that $20,000 that was left from this $50,000. So that is not taxpayers' money that is being used. That is grant funding that would not have been in the county if I had not applied for it. And it was specifically for the library and for expanding. So just wanted to point that out. But again, over the 4.5 years I've been here, we've gotten $310,815 in grant funding. So if you have any questions, I'm not going to be able to do this presentation tonight, but it does look like it's snowing. It's going to snow. But I have the job application, not job application, the grant application here, and that has been sent to you, but there's all the statistics and information for that. So this is a typical grant that I've applied for, something like this every year. I enjoy bringing the extra money into the county, and I am asking for permission from the Board of Commissioners to submit this education or employment application to the state library. And what it would do is allow 2 of my part-time employees to become full-time for 1 more year. They would then work with Piedmont College and the Career Center to learn about and to offer programs, but to also learn about what PCC and the Career Center has to offer so that they can better educate the public, and they can also help the people that are already coming in here that were already assisted. It's just better help, and they'll give them more hours to be able to help them one-on-one. So it's what we're already doing, and I'm just asking for permission to be able to get some extra funding to assist with that. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.